Hello everyone, thank you for watching. I decided that I would make a video pretty much showing off the top 10 Beatles picture sleeves from the United States that I like best. I was going through my 45s collection and I found these and I said, let me make a video and kind of like put them, I wouldn't say it's a strict ranking. I have 10 of my favorite covers that I pulled out. And I guess the first 5 that I'm going to show you are in no particular order, but the top 5 will be in order. Okay, so we'll do half random, and then the top 5 will be pretty much steady how I like them. Okay, to start with, I went with this one here, Help and I'm Down, which was, a Capitol release, and just really nice. I like the picture of them on the beach, on the set of the movie, and of course, the colors, a lot of good colors in this one, the blue and orange and yellow I'm Down, kind of against the backdrop of the black. Really nice color scheme. Then I didn't think that I could leave this one out because it really is a nice one. And I'm going to show the back of this one too. So in order to do so, I'm going to open this one up so that we can see the back along with the front, okay? And it is none other than the Strawberry Fields Forever picture sleeve. And Penny Lane on the B side. And originally, the album of Sgt. Pepper was supposed to be, they thought that they were going to be doing their childhood, songs from their childhood. And that was going to be a theme, I think, early on. And I think, this came out, because this came out ahead of, this is my theory, because this came out ahead of the Sgt. Pepper album, they wanted to have a single out by Christmas. Originally, Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane were the start of the Pepper project and were probably going to be on the album if things had worked out differently. But I think that's why they put these baby pictures here, my theory, because originally that was the idea behind the Pepper album. An album about songs from their childhood, dealing with the childhood. That's what I thought. And Strawberry Fields by John reminisces about, his experiences and memories, and Penny Lane experiences for Paul, going back and reminiscing on his early memories. Okay, next up, I decided to go with Lady Madonna and the Inner Light. Basically, just a really fun picture of the Beatles peering out of the side there. And, I love this color, purple, and the whole scheme, with the yellow letters, and just a nice, pow kind of thing that grabs you. For what it's worth, by the way, this has the official Beatles fan club poster offer here that came with Lady Madonna originally. If you're lucky, you can find this along with Lady Madonna picture sleeves. This was given for the fan club. Okay, next up, I went with an odd single, kind of like just a filler single. It wasn't like a hit single or anything like that. It was Matchbox and Slow Down. I just like the way the photo and artwork from the Something New album in the States was kind of implemented to get this cover. I thought it was a really good idea. And I just like the way that looks, like how compact it is. And neat, on the Something New album cover, you have the side where it's kind of like a long vertical picture of the Beatles on Sullivan. This one, props it nicely. Okay, the next one is kind of similar in a way, but I just like the shots here. Really epitomizes 1964 Beatles. A Hard Day's Night, and I Should Have Known Better. Some performances there. I particularly like the picture of Ringo here on the drums. I'm going to say that's from the Washington concert. That's my guess. Okay, that's the first 5. Now, I said I wasn't going to really be able to put these in order, and I really can't. But for the top 5, I thought I'd do a pretty semi-decent job of ranking them how I really kind of enjoy them. Now, first off, I'm going with, this is Hello, Goodbye, and I Am the Walrus. And that's just really such a great picture of the Beatles when they're starting to come into their Strawberry Fields '67 look, and they're all sporting facial hair, and they're giving this different appearance now compared to those lovable mop tops that we loved. And, you know, I can imagine buying this single back in '67 and thinking, wow, the Beatles look different now, you know. So I kind of like that. And, of course, the color scheme. You know, I'm a big fan of, like, purples, and my favorite color. And, you know, pinks, purples, stuff like that. Okay, this is going to be a cover that a lot of people might raise their eyebrow at. Why does he put this up? But I actually like this cover. I'm going to take it out of the clear sleeve so you get a better look at it. It's Ballad of John and Yoko. Now, of course, the song is about John and Yoko, so I can understand Yoko being on the cover. But what I've always liked, first of all, it's a good shot of all of them. But I really like how John and Yoko are kind of in the forefront here, you know. And if you look close, look at Paul's look on his face. Not entirely thrilled, I don't think, by this picture. Kind of, you know, holding back the disdain. And George also. Now look, having said that, Ballad of John and Yoko, let's keep one thing in mind. I've always loved the fact that Paul came together with John, and regardless of his feelings on the matter, whatever they might have been, he worked really well with John, and they were good buddies. Those are some really good sessions for the Ballad of John and Yoko, when John and Paul came together, just the two of them to work on that record. You know, no George and no Ringo, and just Lennon and McCartney together on there. And it was really, really cool of Paul, really nice of Paul to come in there and help his friend out. On the B side, Old Brown Shoe, another picture of the group, a little more pleasant possibly. But I've always liked this album, singles cover. Always thought it was a nice one. Okay, now that leaves me to the top four, and from this batch that I have, these are indeed my favorite. Oh, top three, I think. Oh, what did I do? Top three, I'm sorry. Top three, and these are indeed my favorite. And what's interesting is none of the three of these are Capitol or Apple, which is kind of interesting, you know. First we start with this one here from VJ. Do you want to know a secret? And thank you, girl. Just really vintage looking. I just love the, you know, I don't know, 1963 era Beatles. And that's going to be the same theme for these last three. They were all early Beatles and non-Capitol. So that's one. And next up, I have She Loves You, which is, you know, really a good song. And also, I just love the way it says Swan down in the corner. It's a Swan record, you know. Beatles on other labels, not just Capitol, you know. And I love the red. I think that's really striking. And the color scheme goes well against the black and white. But the picture itself, with them in their collarless suits, really vintage 1963. The Beatles at their, you know, breakout Beatlemania phase. And the last one I have, this is my personal favorite of all picture sleeves. Again, it is not a sleeve that is from Capitol. It is none other than Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You. And again, you'll notice another common thing. It's got the background that I like with the colors, kind of like orange, purple, kind of pink, you know, very striking. I love the way it offsets this kind of blue-gray color. And there's the Beatles, a nice portrait of them, you know, painting really of them kind of in their heyday of the early years, you know. And there we have the Tally symbol, Beatles on Tally. Okay. And that's it, folks. Hope you had a little bit of fun with this. Let me know some of your favorite Beatles picture sleeves from the US or the UK. I kind of, you know, worked in together with Strawberry Fields Forever, I think. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.